So you spend the whole time making New Year resolutions like last year. Resolutions that you know that you will not keep. The same thing you did last year now. You made resolutions. New Year, new fashion. New Year, oh, I'm going to the gym. New Year, I'll drink 3 liters of water a day. New Year, I'll start eating only salads. You know that you will not respect them. You did it last year. It did not work. This year, you're started again. Why? No, 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 no. Tell me, why do you keep doing this? Woohoo. See, before we address this situation formally, let me first introduce myself. My name is Anyi. I own multiple businesses in fashion, beauty, and cosmetics. I also happen to be an amazing life and business coach. So this is a new year, and I started my year by planning my entire year. And I achieved this plan by setting out goals. I make sure I write down 100 goals. So this week alone, I have written down 100 goals. Yes. And I write down these goals in 7 different sections: finance, career, relationships, personal development or education, health, spirituality, fun, recreation, and experiences. I spread out my goals in these 7 sections. Each section has, let's say, 12 to 15 goals. And there is a system I use to write down these goals. I don't just write down goals from the air. No. Okay, let me give you a backstory to this video. I decided to create this video because at the start of the year on Instagram, I was talking about setting goals. I was just trying to share with my followers. Then I realized that many people do not really know how to create goals. There's a particular system I used last year to achieve all my goals. And I think this year I'm going to use the same system. So basically, I'm starting off this year by planning my entire year. I've taken out a few days this first week to plan my entire year. I'm setting my goals. Like I told you earlier, it's 100 goals, nothing less. I then went ahead to create a coaching group, which I integrated people into. It's a paid coaching group, a very, very small fee. By the way, if you're interested in joining this coaching group or any other coaching program I have, there is a link in the description that will take you straight to my WhatsApp, or you can check me out on Instagram. I am at anyiasonganyi on Instagram. As I was saying, I spoke about setting goals on Instagram, and many people were kind of lost. And one particular person asked me to do a YouTube video, like he's interested in knowing my system. Sent me a DM, then I think he dropped a comment. This is what actually motivated me to do this particular video, because I realized that people just set random goals, but there is actually no system they know that works. And let me say one thing: the reason why you do not set goals is because you are afraid. Yes, you are afraid. You are afraid that the goals will not happen. Or some people are even afraid of what will happen if the goals come to pass. It just boils down to fear. You think you don't have time. You say you didn't have time to set the goals, or goals don't work, or it's just a myth, or whatever. It's just fear. You're just afraid. So just think about it for a second. What if everything you write down as a goal actually happens? Have you ever thought of it like that? What if everything you actually write down or you set as a goal happens, manifests in your life? Is that not like the most amazing thing that can happen to any human being? And what if I tell you now that there is a system that you can use to set your goals to make sure that they actually work? And I'm not talking from the air. Last year, every single thing I set as a goal happened for me. I just realized that if everything could happen easily, then maybe my goals were not big enough. So the kind of goals I've written this year, the 100 goals I've written this year, very scary. But that's the whole point. You need to write your ideal life. I'm going to give you 4 steps I followed last year to ensure that my goals were actually manifested. And I'm using the same system this year because I know that it will definitely manifest. So when you want to set your goals, the very first thing you do is to do an inventory. So you need to think of last year, what didn't work? What lessons did you learn? Most especially the lessons. Did you have any aha moments? Was there any turning point? Just analyze your year so you know exactly where you are and exactly where you want to go. That helps a lot. It keeps you grounded. It just gives you perspective to start working with, because you cannot be working like a blind person now. You need to know where you're coming from and where you're going. So you need to check out where you're from so we can conveniently set out where you're going to. The second thing you need to do is to write down at least 100 goals. So you can get a book. I mean, I advise you have a special book for this. You write out 100 goals in the 7 sectors I mentioned before. So you take career, you write down 12 to 15 goals, and you need to make sure these goals are personal. I advise people to write up to 100 goals because I feel like when you start writing your goals, when you're still writing maybe 1 to 3 to 5 goals, you're just writing things that the society expects from you. You're writing things that your family expects from you. You're writing things that your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or your followers, whoever expects from you. It's not really from deep down inside your heart. It's just about, what is expected. When you cross 7, 10, 15, that's for a particular goal, or you enter 20, 25 and all of that, you start writing what actually matters to you. At that point, you're done with the society, you're done with expectations, you're done with everything, and you start writing what really truly matters to you. The more you write, the deeper you get. At this point, just try to face, even if it's your fears, your discomforts or whatever, just face it. You just face your truth, face your reality, and write exactly what you want. It has to be personal. It is what you want for yourself, what you want for your life. It is not about anybody else. You can want a true, I want a kwang. What you want is what you want. So be honest. It is your book. It is your life. Be honest with what you want, because like I said, it's going to happen. So just write only the things that you really, really wish would happen. Make it extremely personal. And not only personal, but they need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So you're not going to write down something like you develop wings and start flying in 2 weeks. No. And don't just say, I want to take a vacation this year. No. I want to take a vacation in March to this country with this person. My budget has to be this, and I have to do this and this and that. Like specific. Just follow this SMART formula, and I think you'll be able to write down amazing goals. The third thing I do to ensure that my goals would actually manifest is I follow up the goal writing with action steps. Okay, let me explain. I gave you 7 steps to follow. For each of these steps, you're writing down 12 to 15 goals. Okay. Out of those 12 to 15 goals, you have to narrow things down, because I believe that there are certain goals you would write. When those goals happen, other goals will naturally follow. So out of all these goals you have written in each sector, just pick out 5, the 5 most important of all those goals, the goals that would happen and make other things happen. So the first 5, top 5, pick them out. So you're narrowing down these goals. Let's say you end with maybe 35 to 50 goals. For each of these goals, you will write down 3 to 5 action steps, as in proper actionable things you can do. Not theory, action. If it's about weight loss, health, or whatever, are you sending this particular coach this particular money for this subscription fee this evening, or is it tomorrow? Are you going to the market today to buy your workout kit? What exactly are the action steps you can take to achieve that goal? At this point, you need to be very practical. Nothing you cannot do. You know your life. That's why I said it is particular to you. You know your life and you know exactly what you can do. Because by the time you're done with these action steps will lead to your to-do list. That's where a to-do list stems from. A to-do list is supposed to follow your values. It's supposed to follow your goals for the year. You don't just wake up every day and you start running around my to-do list. No. To-do list, does it really align with your values? Does it align with your goals? When you know the action steps you're supposed to follow all year, it's easy to create your to-do list every day, because we already know the bigger picture. We are just taking these small steps now, smaller steps, to meet up with our bigger picture. And the very last step, which is one of the most important things you can do with goal setting, is to celebrate every step of the way. You don't have to wait for a big achievement or a big milestone or like to hammer before you celebrate yourself. No. Every step you take, you celebrate. You go to the gym today, you celebrate yourself. You make it 1 week through, you celebrate yourself. You take a step, you celebrate, because that motivates you, it gives you momentum to keep going. You know, it makes you feel like, okay, this is a positive thing. It kind of plays with your mind. It gives you that positive energy to keep going for that thing. So every single step you achieve or every single step you take, celebrate yourself. Make it a habit to celebrate yourself. Don't wait for big moments or big achievements to celebrate yourself. When you do not set goals, you're just walking ahead like a blind person. And this year, there's no blindness. We are winning together. If you want to listen to more content that would help you win, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the like button on this video if you enjoyed any moment or if you learned something. And if there's anything else you think can help us set proper goals or help us achieve the goals that we set, please drop a comment and let's have a conversation about it. So make sure you follow these steps, set your goals, and let's win together. Bye.